Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Caboose bringing you another video, and today what I got for you guys here is going to be another video talking about NetherRealm's next game. We've made videos about this in the past. There's so much speculation out there. So many people are wondering what they're working on next, and today we might have a solid answer that they're working on a lot. Before we jump into everything though, if you're looking forward to NetherRealm's next game, whether it's Injustice 3 or Mortal Kombat 12, well then scroll down right now, hit that thumbs up button, share your hype with me. Let's get the video to 1,500 likes for the NetherRealm Studios hype. Oh yeah, and you like the new mic and the new audio quality? Well, huge shout outs to Elgato for sending over for me the Wave DX and the Wave XLR that's in front of me. This is their brand new, first of its kind XLR mic from Elgato. The link's in the description box below. You already know that pretty much everything when it comes to the production of my videos comes from Elgato, and you need to get your hands on it if you want to get started on content creation. Step up your creator game, and with that being said, let's jump into the news that I got for you guys here today. Okay, so for the last couple of weeks, Ed Boon has been putting out a couple of tweets here and there saying that he just wanted to do an impromptu Q&A with the community where anybody can submit a question and he'll at random answer a few of them. And you already know that a lot of people, hundreds, maybe even thousands of people, through the multiple times that he's done this, have pretty much asked, what's the next game? When's the next game coming out? When are we going to hear about it? And I don't really need to go over all that because you already know that we got the same boilerplate answer every single time, and that they're not ready to announce anything just yet, and they can't confirm or deny whatever speculation the community has on NetherRealm's next game. But through the most recent Q&A that Ed Boon put together on Twitter, there were two questions in particular that had very interesting answers that I wanted to go over. The first one had DannyBoy_9 asking, genuine question, any plans for cross progression and crossplay on your next mystery game? And Ed Boon actually responded to this saying, we are definitely exploring all that. Can't promise anything at this point though. And while we know that in MK11 there was some sort of crossplay, it was in beta and it never really got out of beta, so you couldn't do crossplay in King of the Hill. You can only really match up against people online if you wanted to play against people in ranked or in player matches through crossplay, but the crossplay was only available between Xbox One or Series X and the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. There was no crossplay with users who played on PC. And then of course beyond that, there was no cross progression whatsoever. So if the next game does have some form of cross progression and a fully open crossplay available between all platforms, that would be amazing. I know for somebody like myself who puts together some tournaments with my boy Destroyer FGC, we would love to have open brackets that are available to pretty much anyone, not just PlayStation or Xbox tournaments, but a tournament where anybody on any platform can jump in and play. I think this is pretty likely to happen, regardless of what NetherRealm's next game is going to be, considering the fact that we already saw some groundwork laid there with MK11 having some form of crossplay available. We'll have to wait and see though. I'm looking forward to whatever NetherRealm's next game is going to be and whether or not it's going to feature these mechanics in the game. And with that being said, as I mentioned, a lot of people were asking what NetherRealm's next game was going to be, and Ed Boon was dodging those questions like a pro left and right. But he finally cracked on a question that didn't really try to pry as to what the next game was, but rather how it was coming along. So Anthony on Twitter asked, how's the new game coming along? Can't wait to see what you guys have in store this time. And Ed Boon responded, good, but we've got more than one pot on the stove. Now that's really interesting. So they don't just have one game in development, they've got more than one. Who knows? It might not even be just 2 games. It could be 3 or 4. I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I think it's pretty likely now that 2 games are currently in development at NetherRealm Studios, and the likely candidates are for sure Mortal Kombat 12 and Injustice 3. Now that's not to say that both of these games are pretty much concurrently in development. It's probably just that something like Mortal Kombat 12, if that's what's next, is a lot further in development, and then Injustice 3, if that's the other pot on the stove, is way farther ahead in the timeline of games that they want to release. But what's exciting about this is that it most likely means that whenever their next game does end up coming out, we're probably not going to have this big of a hiatus like we have from MK11 to whatever NetherRealm's next game is going to be. Because correct me if I'm wrong, this is the longest between NetherRealm game releases that we've ever gone, at least before when we had the 3D era to MK9. Since MK9 has come out, we've been pretty consistently getting NetherRealm game releases. They had MK9, then Injustice Gods Among Us, Mortal Kombat X, Injustice 2, and then MK11. And then obviously the question that's going to be on everybody's mind is, well, what is the next game going to be? And let's be honest, I think we all kind of know at this point. In my mind, in my heart, I would love for it to be Injustice 3. You know how much Injustice means to this channel and how much it means to me and my career on YouTube. So I would love for an Injustice 3 to jump back in to the DC world, into a fighting game with DC characters. But in 1 week from today, it's going to be the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat, and it would be silly if the next NetherRealm game wasn't Mortal Kombat 12. It'd be silly really in general if there wasn't an announced trailer or just an announcement of some kind of Mortal Kombat 12 being the next NetherRealm game come the 30th anniversary next week on October 8th. There's got to be some form of big festivities to celebrate 30 years of Mortal Kombat, and if not next week, well then I hope the Game Awards is going to be the place for that reveal, considering that's what NetherRealm did last time with Mortal Kombat 11, and that was a damn good reveal. So if they want to bamboozle us again, if they want to trick us out with the best sports or racing game award and have Ed Boon come out on stage and then reveal Mortal Kombat 12 again, that'd be pretty amazing. I'd be hyped for that too. I don't usually like to get people's hopes up, but again, the 30th anniversary is a big deal, and the Game Awards is also a big deal. So really, bump up the likeliness of Mortal Kombat 12 or whatever NetherRealm's next game is going to be to end up being revealed before year's end. With that being said, I now want to kick it to you guys. Sound off with your thoughts in the comments section below. What games do you think are currently in development at NetherRealm Studios? They said they got more than one pot on the stove, and that gets me hyped because I really hope that if Mortal Kombat 12 is next, that Injustice 3 is what follows. And hey, if you enjoyed today's video, if you could consider hitting that thumbs up button, it would show your support, and I would really appreciate it. I've been Caboose, and I'll see you guys next time.